And support, meanwhile, continues to pour in for Israel from their allies. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken touched down in Tel Aviv a few hours ago and has met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The U.S. Secretary of State has sent out a very, very clear message to Israel, to Netanyahu, saying, we're here. We're not going anywhere. The United States has condemned harshly what's happened over the weekend, the carnage by Hamas terrorists, and they've said very clearly that they back Israel in their steps of retaliation. They've sent across military aid. 22 Americans have also died in the Hamas weekend carnage. And now Antony Blinken is currently in Israel to send that message across in person to the country, to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He's told him, we're here. We're not going anywhere. These are images on the right of your screens of the meeting that took place between the U.S. Secretary of State and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. An important ally of Israel, the United States has pledged all possible support to Israel in their fight against Hamas. These are images of the handshake between the U.S. State Secretary and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Remember that the United States has repeatedly condemned in multiple statements what happened over the weekend, with U.S. President Joe Biden also expressing shock. Just yesterday, there was a telephonic conversation exchanged between the U.S. President and the Israeli Prime Minister. And while the United States has said very clearly Israel has the right to retaliate and must decimate Hamas the manner that they are, they have also besieged that they must ensure minimal casualties of the ordinary Gazan on ground. So that's a message that's gone across from the United States. U.S. President Joe Biden also expressed shock over the report suggesting that 40 babies were beheaded in kibbutz. So the United States, of course, standing firmly behind Israel at this crucial time. And U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Tel Aviv has sent out that message to the people of Israel. And that message very, very crucial for them at this hour of need as they fight out Hamas, as they try to gain control of Gaza. The United States message is that they're not going anywhere, saying we're here, we're not going anywhere. The messaging, of course, is clear here, and Israel has gotten this kind of support from all of their allies, all of whom have condemned what happened with the death of about 1,200 Israelis. Remember, 22 Americans also died in the attack, and that's why America has also taken a very, very firm stand on what's played out. Blinken's message was that U.S. has Israel's back, that they're not going anywhere, and any help that Israel needs, they can turn to America. There's already military aid that's been sent across by America to Israel in the fight against Hamas, and they have also said that any other help that's required that Israel needs in the fight for Gaza, they will get. In fact, first U.S. weapons have also arrived in Israel, which will greatly help Israel's fight right now against Hamas. Now, the Israeli Defense Force did confirm, in fact, that the first plane that was carrying U.S. armaments did touch down in southern Israel. So it's already being put into force, being put into action. And Israel has made it very clear that as far as Hamas is concerned, and while they've compared it repeatedly to ISIS, they've referred to them as a common enemy. And that's why the United States support is crucial, but also symbolic here of what America really believes, how important an ally Israel is to America. Now, this will also, of course, pave way for perhaps more agreements, more military aid coming Israel's way after this meeting between the U.S. State Secretary and Prime Minister Netanyahu.